will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome.
What it do, what it is. Mirror, mirror on the wall, bitches. I don't know if I like this filter, but I did want to open the show with this silly ass shit because I thought it was funny. Okay, now I'm going to get what I really want.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What it do, what it is. Many faces. Looking in the mirror, looking like a clown some of these days. You know, what's good in the hood, guys? Hope you guys are still playing this insane wave and making some bucks. Where's my best side? Ooh, this one's kind of dope. Kind of an extension kind of vibe. Been listening to that nigga all night. What's good in the hood? Think voice is low? All right, let me check. Yep, you're right. Never touched it. Never touch it. Never ever touch it. Don't know how the fuck. My microphone's always different. Actually crazy. So, more surrealism. I decided to take a look at what that really is since I didn't know what I was doing yesterday. And came up with this little gem. Thought this was pretty cool. What do you guys think? So, more fun with spheres. I actually had to figure out how to make this a reflective orb like just now. I had this idea in my head of doing this, and then I was like, when I got to it, I realized I did not know how to make things reflective, like really reflective. So I figured that out. What you think? If you look in the mirror and don't like what you see, don't blame the mirror. Right? A little personal responsibility goes a long fucking way, right? To course correcting shit. Especially when you're inside of a bull wave and you starting to second guess yourself like what you do next, right? A lot of what we're talking about along the wave has to do with like mental clarity and focus, because that's what people don't have in this part of the wave that, you know, captures the bull flag. When you talk about the crash cycle, like an internet bubble, we talk about the Obama wave from 11 through till 16. That place is full of disillusion and and just self-loathing as people feel like they're missing out but can't act. So this is kind of like a whole lot of our shows right now have been focused on the mind state it takes to not be caught trapped in your feelings while this wave unfolds in your face and opportunity passes you by, right? And if you sit there and you're full of negative self-talk and self-loathing and disgust for everybody else around you think is the one that's in the party over there, maybe it's time to look more at yourself, right? So it's all about getting out of your feelings to get out of your own way, so you can actually fucking be part of what is unfolding in front of your face, be part of the world around you, and not live inside your fucking head. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Dig that one? I actually think it came out pretty good. This shot that I distorted to put in here is actually really fire without me distorting it. So it's but anyways, I thought it would fit better in here anyway. So but yeah, I think it came out pretty cool. Something different, keeping it fresh, doing my best. 92 here, so that's good. It's 9:14. I'm a little ahead of the bell this time. I was really honest to God, I started that thing just before 7 o'clock, and I'm like, I can definitely pull this off by 8. Fuck no. I don't know how another 50 minutes went by before I was ready to load this thing up, but Jesus Christ. Anyways, shout out to everybody who do some bits, some Singapore dollars, Singapore Dave. What's that second one? Is that Double Booby and Devon and who else I see here? Izzy and Peace Outside. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. So again, 92 here. What did I miss up top? Anything? I'm on my little adventure roaming through various art styles. Like I don't really, like I told you, I don't have a particular one, but I've seen a lot of stuff that looks pretty cool. So I thought I'd try it out. When I made the one yesterday, it was actually somebody in the room who told me that that was a style of surrealism. I didn't actually know that. I thought it looked pretty cool, and I had this idea of floating spheres in a plane, and it's kind of crazy. I usually like completely think of the entire art idea like on the spot in the morning once I review where stuff is. But I've been like going to sleep and waking up with the same ideas in my head. Yeah, and all to do with like, you know, mood and shit around the eco and around my world and stuff like that. Like I don't know if I'm more dialed into some of the crazy shit around me, but I've been waking up with these ideas to create certain things. It's kind of crazy. I never actually had that kind of like artsy fartsy type inspiration thing. But yeah, I know. I think this is appropriate for just the things that I detect, you know. Anyways, I meant to have it over here, not on my face. Guys like this filter? How appropriate is this for not liking what you see in the mirror? What's that? Where I gotta stay at? What do you think? Should be rocking it over here? Oh, that's like the fucking like horror show. I don't know. That guy looks kind of weird. Oh, I can see where this camera can cause me some grief. That one's not bad. I kind of like that one. Has he got a nose ring? I don't do nose rings. Netflix and Tesla aftermarket today, right? Yeah, you can get some big movement from those guys. Euro if possible. Maybe possible. So while we do have some time in front of the market, let me try and get you guys a decent, you know, window into. Okay. How come my thumbnail populated now, but not in the announcement channel? What the fuck? Yo, that's really annoying. Copy link. Let's see if I can fix it with yours. What the fuck did mine do? There it goes. Okay, cool. Fixed it. What the fuck link did I get? Sorry, clean up on aisle 6. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Please tell me I didn't delete my levels. Okay, I didn't. So let's see where we are this morning. I think we had number drop. Wrong place. What do we have today? We had housing starts in the morning. Don't know how this came. This came 1.43 million, lower than what they thought. But don't think it's the most like, you know, focus number like right now with economics. I think you're going to see things in earnings that are more impactful than like housing starts. I think right now everybody knows mortgage rates are high, and that's kind of like to be expected, to be honest, even if that is lower than the estimates. All right, where are we at? There we go, that tab. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, that can't be the resolution I used last time. What did I use last time? Oh yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out what's on the last show. It was so close. So this is our projection from the last show. I clipped something. Where did I put that clip at? Let's see if I can play that for you. Clip. So in keeping, you know, when markets are really extended in bull phases, like people have this nasty habit of always trying to figure out where the top is because they don't want to be the idiot holding the bag. But when that's a crowded sentiment, right, you have to be able to buy high and sell even higher. And the mind state to do that when you're kind of like in an extended wave is really hard to come by for people, because everybody wants to have what's, perceivably the lowest point on the chart. Where is my clip for this? Oh yeah. I really do love this thumbnail. This is growing me more and more. I tweaked the shit out of it. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I put it in the art channel for anybody that was in there, but I tweaked the living hell out of this guy. Added some more clothes to him, and hooked up his shadow and everything like that. This guy got a lot better. Textured the ground and everything. I think he came out pretty cool. What do you think? Did you guys zoom in and check him out? He's a 4K, so you can get into the mask and stuff and see that. Almost looks like fucking some kind of Sub-Zero like guy. But we have a little clip here tied to this guy. Well, the Qs are starting right now, We had this as our trigger that we gave you guys in the show where we're over in this gap up for Dick rules. We broke it, we flagged out. So leaves you with another flag to watch right now. If he's going to manage to rotate this, don't bet against it. It's possible. But pay attention to the VIX right now. Like I said, there's a little bit of froth in the market, a lot of emotions in the marketplace for people kind of missing out. But things are extended, and one thing is true, when things are really extended, it's very hard for people to buy into trends, right? They always look in hindsight. And it's one of the main themes we've had in a lot of shows is that like hindsight minds will fuck you up because they don't give the possibility that today's high could be tomorrow's low, right? So buying low, selling high doesn't always mean buying into the dip, the very lowest part of the chart. It can be a relative low versus a future high, right? That's two different ways to look at it. So that's one of the reasons people can never buy continuation trends. They're always waiting for the Qs are starting right now, They're waiting for the pullback, right? Always waiting for the pullback, and when that moment becomes a crowd trade, that's when the pullback never comes, and it just goes fucking apeshit in your fucking face. And so there's a point at which, right, you have to begin to drop your resolutions, because as you start to fucking get really steep in a parabolic out of a very large bull flag, the only thing you can play are low resolution bull flags along the wave, and you'll have to deal with this lower resolution to participate because the large structural resolution entry is already gone. And people just want, again, to be in the depths of the trenches. When people look at Nvidia, think about this thing. Right? We look at Nvidia. Where is my TA for Nvidia? Boy, I sure hope that's not what I think happened. Nvidia. Oh, thank God. Wait a minute. That isn't my TA for Nvidia. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Where is all of my shit for Nvidia? Yo, what the fuck? Hold on a sec. My Nvidia chart is clean. That's not good. Nvidia. Yo, all of my stuff in Nvidia is gone. What the fuck happened? Well, that caught me by surprise. My whole Nvidia chart's wiped. Really, yo? Unbelievable. Yeah, that sucks. Yo, my whole Nvidia chart's wiped the fuck out. Unbelievable. Alright, so I don't have an Nvidia chart anymore. Anyways, well, son of a bitch, how did that happen? Well, that was the Nvidia bull flag. So the point was we had some levels on this thing on the way up. I guess they're all fucking gone. But we had a congestion here. And when you look at this extension, right? Hindsight mind just gets worse and worse and worse the further away you perceive this low, the ultimate low, to be that you should have gotten a piece of. That gives you room for this to really haul ass. Because remember I told you the sentiment going through the top of the bull flag is really negative. Once people have missed the low, they feel like at least needs to retrace to give them a shot looking backwards. And slowly that crowded sentiment rolls into, I've got to get a piece of this. And that creates a really hard arc where you get an exponential growth of demand over supply from the latecomers of this, who will end up in a climax, and ultimately the whole crowd arrives, you blow out the top and you have a blow off top and you correct, right? That's what this is. This is the late gas, right? The wave is really strong. When the whole crowd finally decides, you know what, I've got to get my piece of this, this is the whole crowd marketing phase, and literally like late institutional money, everybody at once who has that same idea, and then there's no one else, and then you correct and kill those people. So your really hard acceleration that comes in the trend is it's what I talked about in that last clip. People can't at this point believe that they have to buy a higher price and hope it goes even higher. But some people will crack, and as they crack, it drives the rest of the people finally to like emotional, like I've got to have it, and everybody follows that train. So that's when you get this gas pedal type move, and you see the media kind of flip around and says, okay, it looks like it is a bull market, which you call the marketing phase. That's where you get this like alpha kind of move. And it's easier money. This is where the new dumb money makes the old dumb money look relatively smarter type thing happens. And you get an acceleration that has real crazy gas behind it, like you see right now. Oh, my monitor went down, one sec. Okay, you said my volume's gone? One sec. No, it looks the same. I think while I was playing, it just like, kind of knocks me down a little bit. But no, my volume's still the same. So 4 minutes to the bell. Point was to give you guys a quick like setup on where the market's going right now, walking in the door. And that's definitely not correct up here. What is this? All right. So I lost my Nvidia chart. So this is our previous chart that we did. Pre-market right now at the highs of yesterday's finish. This is the extension from that bull flag in the clip. Some good levels we've been making on the with the little quick intro into the marketplace, because we're already starting pretty close to the opening these days. But really good tabletop right here, right? Nice bang, climax, great range, out of there. And so now we're sitting over top of here, so we got to back up to get any kind of levels, get an idea of where we could get in trouble next. Walking into this like range of congestion, it'd be hard pressed to pick any one level you say is like going to be like the doom slayer. But when you look at like your high node of volume right here, like 397.71 right through here, at least you can see where the congestion is. So let's see. I'd say if you pay attention to an area up here for like a chance for stall outs or something like that, this range of congestion right here is the only thing you've really got. So be curious to watch how he now approaches like that high band of volume right here. And you have that same range right there like this, right? May go up and test on top of it to leave, or like correct for a more sustained correction out of it. But either way, this is probably our next area of concern to watch as we get to the base of it or push up into it. I would see how he interacts in this area. Beyond that, walking into the bell right now, everything's pretty much a stick, right? So let's get pre-market read. Sorry, that's live for some of you. So Microsoft, expanded on like some of their AI deal they're doing. I forgot who they're doing it with again. Name's on the tip of my tongue. But Microsoft set an all-time high, and we actually just told you guys to pay attention to Microsoft on the Monday show. He was one of the ones we said in software, if you guys remember, was worth watching. So you see a lot of strength right now in tech around that. A lot of software guys are getting stronger. So some strength in semis, but it looks like tech this side of the morning, not so much in energy or anything else. And there are some like burgeoning strengths, like I said, showing up in banks and some financials. So right now, it's a decent spread of strength around the market. Activision, right? Activision, correct. Sorry about that. I don't know if I could find that clip that fast. That being said, right, so VIX is the thing you're keeping. Where does it go again? Show transcript, Control F. Some stuff I'm watching too, I think looks pretty good, worth paying attention. Stuff like Microsoft. Microsoft in the bull flag right there. It looks pretty good. The software, you know, he got his clearance by Activision. There's strength in different places. We talked about Unity, worth keeping an eye on, and stuff like that. Some of these guys are kind of bottled up down there. How good a fucking call is that? I know it was quick, but we did put it in there. Pay attention to Microsoft, right? Because he was in the bull flag. Right at the top of his range, right? The place that people won't play. And he's gone. So software is a good logical place to look too. Behind the semis being so strong on the back of the AI news is broader than just the chips that make it work. It's you know, people that are building applications with it. Microsoft is the next logical place to look if when you look at Nvidia, and ultimately the big guys are all fucking with AI, right? It's not pigeonholed to just Nvidia, it's everybody. So out the all-time high right now, we saw how Nvidia left it. Always watch that line in the sand when things cross it, right? It's a major level that will trip people up, and they could do like, you know, a little stop run action on it, but you always want to watch the way you leave out of all-time highs. So for right now, pretty good move. Market just opened up. Nvidia and those guys are up there. We saw AMD have a pre-market strength, gap up on him. Not sure what the news is, but you know, these are a lot of these guys that we're watching for. Ooh, look at that, good squiggle there, good squiggle there, right? So there's strength across the board, and everybody just kind of found out it's a bull market. So that can be a crazier fucking arc, you know, like we saw in the Nvidia chart. It can be where like the crazy gas is. Paying attention to the VIX. The VIX, holy crap, right? Back through 1339 and, you know, threatening to make another crazy low. Cool. Haha, this time I opened up with a free roll before the market started. Suckers. I'm not doing that fucking live shit anymore. That's just killing me. Where the hell is my stop at? Got my hotkeys set up. It's a new day, motherfuckers. Get me out of this crazy thing. Had that pre-market. Good shit. All right. Anyways, so VIX down here looks rather interesting. Staying suppressed down here, you know, you still do want to track it. It's in the world of what we consider complacency as far as volatility goes. And definitely lower than anybody was betting, right? There's a lot of volatility trades that got killed. Wow, that was a great profit take. Holy shit. Didn't expect that actually. But anyways, right, so watching this right now, we do want to keep track if he flicks back through this, right? We're in earnings season. Anybody says the wrong thing, he's going to go back through this, and it can be a very hard de-risking move coming off that COVID level. So this is still the line saying you keep your eyes on, always with like, you know, an air to caution. All right, so that's VIX things. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but just to kind of get you guys like, you know, front and center where we are. SPY opening up now. We're heading towards the next emotion level. Goku buys his first NFT. Jesus Christ, he saw it happen in virtual real estate. No, I'm kidding. So next good emotional level, right? Good flag on that one if you see it. You guys play these emotion levels. I left them in OnlyFans, the OG OnlyFans. But at every single emotion level, right, you can make a plan. And so the next one here, if you're like outside this arc and feeling like you're going to hit a button no matter what, maybe give it a little patience, see if we get another interaction here that sets up something. If it's going to continue to stay gas, you know, it may do this, or it may correct off and give us a bigger corrector structure before he does something along those lines. So, all right, I think that's enough until I get back to the macro, right? So you guys should be good. You know, so up here too, Dick rules is a good thing to keep you safe when the market is stretched this bad. Like if you can't hold the opens up at these kind of like heights of the arc, it can be very dangerous. So like Dick rules will keep you safe, right? Just pay attention to Dick rules. Cool. I don't have some random order out here about to kill me, right? Always make sure that. All right. So yeah, we are extended. If he's gonna throw it back, it can be crazy. But right now, like, you know, you're at the very tip of the spear. Don't call tops, right? Make sure you have a structure and some resolution that makes sense if you're gonna go for a corrective move that plays back towards Goku. Otherwise, like, you know, you're in trend that, you know, any resolution that people that aren't crackheads care about. So your next plan is just wait for another shot at one of these guys along the arc. How much am I losing my camera? Good bit. Shout out PQ. What's good in the hood? Haven't seen it in a little bit. Shout out Kamsky with the fucking uber dope Vitiligo clone. Love that one. That one's dope. I actually saw that one and thought about grabbing it just because the that mask on the side is so fucking sick. All right, so let's see. Audio is good. Okay. You had like equals S40 something behind it. I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what you're getting at there, Jans. Maybe I'm not sure what it's connected to. All right, so that said, don't have to have a too long show today. I kind of think we're following up on the same things we have been in the arc and just being cautious while it happens going to earnings season. Did I get any war stories today? I don't think I did. Let me look. See if one of you slackers posted me a late one. No late war stories. Okay. No war stories. The amount of you guys winning, you gotta document that stuff. Was I smart enough to bring my fucking ganja in here? Hell yeah. This mask is pretty crazy. Dumped out another boatload of ash on my fucking desktop. That was awesome. Yeah, do try to actually get 1 billion market cap assets. Like, I know I've done some meme coins and stuff, and some of these NFT projects definitely aren't that, but you know, we endeavor to do things that aren't like movable if we put them on the screen and somebody wants to be crazy and FOMO. Let's see. Dump on the VWAP. I think it's enough for it today. Don't know. We'll see what it do. All right. Reloaded. All set. What in the world? Whew. Telling you. It's definitely a stress level coming with production art on a time crunch. Oh, I got you on twirling. All right, thanks, Jan. All right, so yeah, no war stories. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's go get something that you do have. You know, I gotta get it in. All right. Oh, wow. Did you guys get that? What I just said live? Who heard me? It was really quick. Where'd it go? You heard that, right? What I say, possible bounce in the VWAP. Bang, bang. If you're quick. Pretty decent dump. He actually rated where my stop would have been if I didn't take my shit out this morning, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that's about right. VWAP catch. Don't be catching knives though. Even if it fucking is fun to call stuff like that. That's the crackheads in the room that know how to do it. Not everybody needs to run in front of that train. Probably most of you didn't know what the hell a VWAP was either. Anyway, so that's a whole nother problem. Money. I didn't catch it though because I was too busy smoking weed. It happens. Could be done with the day right now if you caught that right. So let's do a macro and get to your stuff. We don't have too much to really cover today. I think we're midweek right now. We're waiting for some earnings to get some more catalyst. And without war stories, I think we're just going to do a macro, not make this like an overly long show since we don't have too much we need to cover elsewise. Microsoft and the AI thing is I think the only buzzworthy thing we got going on today. And that and a low VIX and some earnings, I still say there's a great degree of caution. But again, caution aside, this market's in a trend that I don't think is going to give way. There's just nobody in this. And like I said, the moods that we see in people don't look like the moods you remember in the tail end of 2017 or the moods you remember in the tail end of 2021 or 2019, right? People just didn't get this one. So, that being said, I think we want to pay attention to possible next decent correction if it happens, but I think we'll maintain this trend structure on the way out regardless. So, crypto things, let's start up here. We'll start with crypto today. So, BTC looking a little weak in this box, and we do want to pay attention to BTC dominance is going under 50 for the first time in a little bit here since this pump. Then if you can keep doing that, it's more gas to shitcoins, as long as the overall risk market doesn't cave in. This is bullish to anything but BTC if he keeps on dropping this way. So you've seen some strength come up in some of these guys, like off the lows a little bit, the BTC pairings, and that's what you expect to keep happening if BTC dominance continues to fall, and we don't have a move in the dollar that's strong against crypto. So that looks pretty decent, right? Because that's what everyone's waiting to see, is something other than fucking BTC go fucking apeshit. UST.D, always good to keep track of in this wave. Quick throwback here, as the flag goes, right now he's downtrending, he's going to follow his projection. We should get a flag, and then we should get a correction down. And if this keeps going, we keep getting the bull move in shitcoins. All right. Don't need too much to track there. Let me check LTC. LTC threw a fake break on this key level, so probably watch him also. Very critical spot for the beginnings of him to try to rotate out of the depths of this bull flag. He never made it past that point we talk about, like with the Obama cycle, right? This would basically be 2011. And the wave up to this area, right? This is the real crazy gas of your bull market. So OPEX is Friday as well on top of earnings. So yeah, that sounds all kinds of like levels of crazy right now. So yeah, and looking at this cycle, right, you can see it. This is kind of like the top, the top piece that we talk about that people don't fucking play when you start to go really tearing ass. And you can see in this movement, right, we trapped out right here in 19, and then we really did it in 2021 going into that cycle. So right now we're looking at like a range. I guess you can kind of look right within here, right, and see if he's going to ultimately like be able to push his way up to the top of this range or not. That's where you're at right now. So you're kind of like in the midpoint of this box range, and that would be the next leg of crypto. It'd be a pretty big wave that would happen out of a lot of things if it happens here. So key level to watch on Litecoin, and it's on the base of this low right here in the big dump of coming down in 2021. So that's a pretty key level for him right now, which is inside the range here, this box range. That's where you're at in Litecoin. And if we're going to watch BTC dominance getting weaker, then we want to see some of the second tier guys catch some strength. So I think that's a good point to line in the sand to keep track of. XRP things, you guys already know about this guy. He's now broken cleanly out of this range, and it's a range much like Litecoin's, right? Litecoin had the same dump location, and then same testing from the underside, just like this, and that's the level that Litecoin hasn't broken, right? It's exactly the same one. The exact same dump low is what XRP has broken. So it's either XRP, we think about, like we talk about Nvidia, either the one of the big guys in the room is bullshit, or all the other houses in the neighborhood are going to play catch up on what that guy's telling you. So right now, XRP is our first main indication that we should be paying attention for possible sympathy moves in other guys outside of BTC. All right. Go to the SPY. Well, we talked about the S&P. That's why I didn't want to start there. So we don't have to do that. We talked about the VIX already in the beginning. Don't have to do much with that guy either. DXY things. Where are we at DXY? So we're at 100, which is a decent psychological level. Right here, told you that this is something you want to pay attention to, the way that people watch this 100 level. We're on Stevie D's level, mind you, and it's a good trigger also. So we do want to pay attention to this guy. I see bars down. Euro USD has been an easier way to watch this dude, right? And this guy's been money in our rotation from this bull flag that we drew up on him. If you guys pay attention to this is a pretty good play. We had a rotation here with a flag, a range for congestion, range on top of it, and a bar out. So right now the dollar, you're watching him going into a more volatile week, right? We do want to keep track of what this does, and if the dollar does manage to get any strength or anything like that, right? Or do we sit on top of this system, flag, however shallow, or maybe a little deeper, and then match the bar out through this, and then take us another leg? So we're watching for possible continuation here also. And if the DXY, it looks like the kind of coordinated attack that's happened to it is starting to have an effect between oil and everyone selling out of fucking U.S. dollars for it, like from India and other nations. We do know there's a targeted offensive from BRICS against the dollar, so we do have a fundamental reason this guy can have a tailwind. That's not possible. That's never good. One sec.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome.
Sorry about that. IT drama. All right, what was I doing? My bad, lost connection. Sorry, no, that interrupts the flow, my fault. All right, so like I was saying, with earnings and stuff like that, triple witching, or, we have OPEX on the end of the week. We do want to pay attention for increasing volatility and just where we are right now. We've had a great trend into it, right? So there's a place that we could get a little choppy. Like I said, the Q's right above this, right at this area and into this range are worth paying attention to. And he could be inside this range, or he could do right off the base of it. But for right now, we do want to be kind of mindful of where we're at and what's going on right now. DXY, floating right there. If he bars down and continues to give a tailwind to risk assets, these guys push right into these ranges. If he, just chops right there, we might just be chopping right into, the rest of the week until we get somebody who gives us a catalyst out of earnings. So that's DXY things, and then GBP, we've been following him. He was in the cheat sheet channel. Good pump out of him. Good angle to pay attention to that he deflected off of. That's part of the stall in the DXY. So how big can the stall be? Well, it could be that big, right? It's a pretty serious angle contact. So we need to see if we get a minor contact and push right through it, or if this is kind of be more meaningful. It's kind of like Tesla, right? Tesla went right through his angle and took a small amount of contact. So you always kind of don't want to make the bias. It's got to do this and eat it. But it's always a place in an inflection point to pay attention. So with that said, GBP pulling back off of there is definitely meaningful. It's the entire migration across this range of the flag has happened. Let me make sure I've got that guy pretty accurate. That's more accurate to it, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it took a perfect trend line tag on it right now on the downtrend. So we want to pay attention to it, right? This could be, and this as a bull flag goes, this is enormous, is this possibly indicative of a large rotation against the dollar for the foreseeable future for the rest of the 2020s? If this begins to rotate from the depths of hell, like the 2009 rotation before you get the 2011 gas pedal, well, this would probably take us through the whole rest of the 2020s with a weakening DXY, and that's something I don't think anybody's mentally prepared for, right? So that would be the DXY. What can I get a chart where it's not fully fucked up? Let's try this guy. Oh, it did it to me again. DXY monthly. Okay, this is. Well, I got Leon's level on here. I can't get rid of that. What I wanted to show you is the bear flags like so, right? Think about the USD.T and that projection for him to wave down. Imagine if the DXY in a bigger res is setting up for something like this, It would be something of this kind of scale too, like a very long-winded decline in the dollar for a sustained period. If BRICS's attack works the way they want, if they're going to put an end to the dollar's hegemony, something like this needs to happen against the basket of world currencies. So this would be a large-scale fucking death swoon to the dollar, and it would also be the rotation of that bull flag. We see things like large scale downtrends that we've seen guys like this, right? Dollar francs and stuff like this. Boy, Leon's everywhere. This is the dollar quoted against CHF, USD, you quote them this way, right? Extremely bullish moves against the dollar on very big resolutions that people really aren't watching, right? This is a Swiss franc versus the dollar. And like I said, GBP is going to track behind this and possibly play a sympathy move on franc, right? There's a lot of room for crazy movement of big reses on the dollar. All right, so that's currencies, VIX, indexes, crypto things. I did crypto things, right? Yeah, I did crypto things. All right, pretty decent. So let me see what I'm running for time right now. $50 minutes. Okay, that's surprisingly within bounds. All right, give me a list. What you guys got? We are at 9:52. So let's see what you guys got. I'm trying to get lined up with this thing. There it is. Just a few? Oh my God. Okay. So new sentiment read. That's a lot of fucking symbols and the market's up an ass load. That's almost never a good sign. How do you guys go from 2 and 3 symbols up to a fucking book sometimes? It's like the same niggas that watch the show. Y'all know you're doing this, right? Hey, all right, it's the market pumped huge. All right, now can we play? Jesus Christ. I'm not doing all those. That's a fucking lot. Guys are funny as fuck. At least I know you're awake again. Where is all this enthusiasm 2 weeks ago, guys? Million symbols are bust. That's a book. I'm gonna do 3 of them. No, I'm kidding. You guys would probably stab me in my fucking eye if I had to do all those. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do it. I'll do something. I'm not doing fucking the 30 million you just gave me. Actually, might should figure out a way to get me to fucking 2 hours, right? Sentiment read 101. You ain't lying. Niggas came out to play today. Goddamn. All right, where'd this go? Yo, Tiki, how do you get your own message redacted? Aren't you controlling this shit? Lifted mindset said closing all my positions. All right, Matic. Let's see. Matic is. I know. I got screen things. I'm watching. All right. Not that button. Jesus Christ. So this is our last Matic sheet. Let's see what we got here. So this is the guy we had in the channel at January. We dropped him on January 24th. We got a 50% pump out of him. Came back. This is a decent volume range for him to where he pumped out of for him to stall. We did a projection. He never made it back up to the trigger. So like good projection without him clearing the trigger, right? This is the actual place to play. It never happened. So he never got out. So this continued down. So the bull flag is deeper. And let's see where he goes back to. So what do we got? We have this super low contact here. And I established that as a level to be that tested here. Did he test there? He did test there, right? He tested it right there. Let me make sure. Man, I can't see shit. Did it? It didn't. Okay, he never made it. It was a projection to do it that he didn't do. All right, so I still like this area of volume. And I like this low, so he 2B'd that again here. And Matic has been a pretty big laggard. Now, I think he started to get really weak once Disney said they pulled out of this. And Disney had put, I think, a bunch of money in for digital collectibles and what they plan to do in Web3. And then they went the other way. As you guys see, Disney's having all kinds of problems with like actors, movies, and lots of their businesses. And now a rumor even floating, that they might be on the auction, on the sale block to even somebody like Apple to acquire Disney. Could you imagine if Apple bought like Disney's assets and got themselves into fully entrenched into entertainment the way they really want to be? Be an interesting merger if it happens, but that's a rumor. Either way, Disney saying they were done with this was definitely like a turning point. Like Matic just never got strength again with the rest of the market getting strength in crypto. So he's kind of sitting there. I still think this is your trigger you give a shit about. He either rotates over from here and stages another setup to still do the same thing, just like this. Something along the lines like that above here is still where Matic makes more sense. Like I think he's dangerous all under here. This will be the sign for danger. Chop Shop City down here. So I think you want him up here, and we'll make that guy blue. All right, CL1. Like this fucking list is like daunting to look at, I gotta say. Where's my oil? CL1. Not that one. CL1. There he is. So OG sheet, last time we talked about him, box range of volume, he was just chopping sideways. The fractal embargo is our key trigger level back here. And so he landed on it, he 2B'd that. And so we told you guys like oil is probably possibly come around. We gave you an energy basket because of it. And I thought he was worth paying attention to. So, O4 trigger is possible. So you guys get that. Anyways, let's not focus on that. So daily things. Right here in this box range, this is pretty much a shit show. At low resolution, we thought he was at least triggerable because he has a good support on fractal embargo level. But we think he went deeper than he should have for this corrective structure that's in oil. But still watching for a potential longer term bull flag to actually get some gas and rotate back up off of this trigger. Again, this is a good trigger. This is where a huge rip in oil came from. If you look right here, this entire rip came off of that trigger. So if he can stabilize and sit on top of it, I think you're seeing some fundamental information that kind of feeds into the narrative for oil, and you're seeing some price action also. So I think he's worth being on the radar. All right, next one, Adam. Where do we got Adam at? No, Adam's not there. Adam's over here. You asked me for Atom USDT. That's not it. Maybe he's over here. Let's see. Atom ETH, yeah, the Atom USDT, got him. So I think we drew this up a couple times. He's failed to actually make this rotation. DeFi's like just stayed like shit weak since that whole stablecoin problem with SVB, and we're kind of waiting to see this actually pull off, you know, a rotation. But the trigger I gave you, same thing, right? He's dangerous anywhere underneath this. So I think you're still patient on this guy, and a lot like Matic, right? These guys have some of their own like specific issues going on. I think, you know, play strength. You look at these guys until they get to these triggers, they're probably more dangerous not to bottom fish some of the weaker guys that are in there, especially when they do have like, you know, specific catalysts to them both, DeFi and the stablecoin, you know, issue that's going on with this guy, and Matic having a major investor withdraw from it. Like, they've notably not participated in a lot of the bullishness that we've seen in crypto. So that's something to keep in mind with them also being this weak. Well, there's strength everywhere else. BNB, fundamental fucking tailwind. The entire US government is fucking going after these motherfuckers to shield Sam. So BNB, where am I at? There he is. So BNB has been not that sharp. Damn it. Don't you dare. BNB. Okay, so this is where I had BNB before. And, you know, they're pounding fucking CZ's asshole like there's no tomorrow. I guess the people in Washington must think he's a 10-year-old or something. But anyways, that's my Pizzagate joke for the day. So this was our low for the possible like Nomics end, right? For the higher floor from this ultimate low from June of the summer low of last year. He's held it, and he's actually, you know, tested it almost perfectly. That's kind of a good technical sign, at least a good level. But, you know, as long as he doesn't come down and take out the ultimate low, there's still a higher floor here. So you do want him out of this box range, and I think you know, if you're waiting for him to possibly rotate, you can track that angle, and don't like cut through it all, like the exact angle that you have here. Don't make contact with that, and let him rotate this inside this box range, and then when he stages right here, if he does come through it, right, if he does manage to like come through it, right, something along those lines is kind of what you want to see him do. So at least rotate the angle and then get a trigger out of this guy up to that next area, and then from there, that'd be, you know, possibly a different play to pay attention to on the secondary trigger. But with him, he's kind of got the same low that we took in XMR and LTC that they've been ranging under. It's the same thing. So this dump low right here, you've kind of got this trapped range on all of those guys. So this is probably your more major trigger out of them. This is a trigger out of the low range here from this volume structure we have over here in 2021. But the real gas is probably when you see them like LTC and those guys recover this dump location from the pullback of 2021, the first major like dump location. So, all right, let's pay attention to this. So that is him. We got BNB, Atom ETH, AXP, American Express. Is that who that is? All right, so nobody ever really asked this guy very often. Looks like the last time we had him was quite a while ago. So I think on the back of like Visa and some of these guys, I think you're watching kind of all these dudes: MasterCard, Visa, American Express, all these dudes. They look pretty good, right? MasterCard is there. No, that's not my MasterCard chart either. So it's that one. So Visa's the one I've got. So Visa I like, and I think if you like Visa, you probably like the whole space. These guys are all kind of going to be pretty well correlated. So I think, let me look here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think these guys look pretty good, right? Pretty well correlated. Visa has got the triggers for them, but I think if you're watching Visa, you're watching American Express also. And this guy right now, you know, is trying to rotate from that flag. Jesus. that flag right there. And like I said, I think a lot of financials are starting to look a lot better. So right now you've got gas and financial. We talked about some of the banks we could come back. Some of you guys played pretty good squiggle on JP Morgan, right? Some of you guys pay attention to this. And this guy rotated right out. So I think if you're paying attention to some of the banks and stuff like that, there's strength there in some insurers, some of the regional, some of the bigger banks. So I don't think it's outside the box to pay attention to the guys like Visa and stuff. Like they've clearly been strong with that wave before the even regional banks and bigger banks strengthened up. So as long as this keeps up, he flags up here in the range that we forecasted this to do. The next wave out probably takes AXP with him, right? If AXP doesn't go right now and play catch up on Visa's move. Into it. I've seen this one a couple of times already. So, okay. Yeah, well, this definitely is recent. We just did this one. So we had a big flag here, possible questionably. Okay, so it's the same pattern in two resolutions, right? This low to this high, making a slightly higher floor in this resolution to punch out and take this high out would be like, you know, the uptrend of that resolution. And in the bottom of the bull flag, right, the ultimate climax low, the slightly higher floor, to take him up and break this high would prove this resolution's flag. So that just happened since whenever we last did this on the show, right? So this is last week sometime. I don't remember when you guys asked me, but so this is at least established. He's definitely rotated this bull flag. He's made an uptrend here, and part of like what we're telling you, right? There's guys. He's software, you know, quasi financial related, but this is more tied to the backup software. So this guy punching out right now, that is pretty bullish that he's done this. I think you're watching. He's in trend now, right? So you just want to see him do. Put this level in here. So you just want to see him correct and stay on top of that, right? To head for the next, let's make this something other color. So something along those lines, right? To continue out above it. To look back here, something like the way this clears, we want something like that to stay up above the system and haul ass up here, right? If he's in the 2011 area of the bull flag, then this should hopefully get good gas if he rotates up again, and nobody's gonna want it, right? So that's the area we're looking for right here. When you're heading towards like the top 2/3 or so of the bull flag, most people don't want this area if they don't have the bottom. So that's what you're watching on that. I'm not gonna leave that though, it's ridiculously big. H01, what is that? H01, is that this? Geez. When you guys ask me some of these foreign ones, you gotta be real specific for me, so I know what I'm doing here. Well, I'm pretty sure it's this company, but which one do I get? Somebody clarify that for me in the chat and I'll pull it back up. I'm not sure which one needs to pull up. FSLR is on this chart. FSLR for solar. So we've had this guy for years on here. Nailed pretty much the entire fucking move out of his trenches, right? Took a while to come out of his bull flag rotation. Sat down here, built an enormous fucking amount of volume, and then came out of it and gas pedaled. So you guys see, like you're saying, when you clear those kinds of ranges, right, you do want to sustain it. Like you get a fake break here. Eventually he'll come out and sustain it. Even if it's all the way up here, that's the gas sense. So for right now, he's sitting over top of that. Oh, I already have that level. So that's your next line in the sand, right? This next place you have a plan, and we had this plan before, right? From where we drew this flag out and he got up here, we're looking for him to flag against this trigger, and he's doing exactly that, right? We wanted to flag against that trigger. There it is. So I think you're paying attention to him to do exactly our projection, right? We'll see if he does. OPUSDT. What is this? Not that chart. OPUSDT. All right, don't know what this is. This thing a billion? Pretty clear to see his cycle that he's in. Mark his initial high. First low, second low, still in trend. Is this, just the third higher floor? If so, right, he could rotate from here. Let's see. What's up, Iverson? Well, he landed on what is his POC. I'll laugh this thing, put the clown mask on Ivy. Does it? No, it doesn't. You can sit there. All right, back to him. So, right, the move that we want to see, if this climax low is the ultimate low of the bull flag, and it is a low on this huge amount of volume that we got here, we want to see that be the first floor. So this is just floors on that resolution. To come out of the bottom, we'll do a different color. Right, we want to see him kind of like come up and do something that's lower and allow him out. So could that be his floor right now? The higher floor for it? That could be it. Depends if this wave still comes back down and around and retests and holds that area, or a little bit through it and then comes back out of here. But this is kind of what you're looking for him now, to see if he sets it up and what his range could be. If I had to establish a possible range for this, see, I have a good clean flag right here that goes nuclear above that level. I'm going to say this is the level to get clear of right here and stabilize outside the flag. So something along that. Probably within the same area, you probably get a flag in there. Something like that you're looking for. Pretty specific. So this guy, same thing. All right. We can jump around here. RTX, is that what I think that is? Oh, it's Raytheon, not that chart. No, that is a chart. So same thing from the last couple of shows, just super congested between this high and this low. You don't want any part of this noise. You want him out top of this thing. You want definitely over that. Lockheed Martin, just to check other defensive guys. Right, they're pretty stagnant right now. NOC. So all these guys are dead money for right now. So yeah, you definitely want to let. That's probably a good guy to watch him with. RTX, when you mentioned, this guy's probably a good one to actually pay attention to. With, I think once you get to the top of the range here, those guys should all look structurally better. So for right now, this is wait and see. Meta, I see somebody asking Meta. Meta's a stick. Like, holy fuckamole. Is he insane? One of the more insane fucking guys in the NAS right now when you look at this insanity. I think you're, waiting for some kind of like a decent chill. You're at a decent trigger right now. So if you guys look at this trigger that I established up here, I think you want to see him stabilize on top and give you some kind of a system a little bigger than this. I mean, this is really fucking insane level fucking stick action he's got here. So, yeah, I think you just need to chill, but you got a good trigger. So if you can stabilize the system on top of this, even though this parabolic, as long as the market can keep progressing, he looked pretty good. But right now, it's literally pretty insanely stretched out. So, let's see here. I'm gonna try to pick a couple other ones. Race. Wow, pretty epic. So pretty epic pump from last time we looked at this guy out. We looked at him for a possible correction. I still say with this kind of trajectory, he's super steep. Because he's gone out like fucking goddamn Nvidia. I think at some point you rotate from this resolution to this angle at least. At least the first angle is going to get hit at some point pretty soon. And then when he does, he may have a chance to rotate here. So as long as he does this and holds any flag system above this high, he's still uber bullish out here like this, right? Cars in general just are really strong. It's like him, Tesla, everybody just really ridiculously strong. Let's see what GM's doing, some of those guys. Those are the dogs. I'm waiting for these guys to get some life. Japanese cars been good, right? Honda got fucking life finally. Toyota, where's he at? Let's see here. I think I have a Toyota resolution, a big one like this. Yeah. So remember Toyota? He's your cheat sheet in OnlyFans from like 2020, I think. But yeah, this is our box range breakout for this guy, and he's come back out of there. I think this resolution, this is the last time we drew the flag for him. Probably worth paying attention to that he's back out of that box. Looks like a good bull flag. If Japan stays strong, probably pretty interesting. Bank of America. Is that one we did for Bank of America? BAC. Same thing. What's this chart? Well, same congestion, good range. Focus specifically on this range here. He stalled, in this high range of volume right now, and so this we said some banks look pretty good. This bull flag is in a position you can rotate right now with the way JP Morgan's going off of this. Let's see what Wells Fargo looks like. Wells Fargo. Yeah, they all have pretty decent bull flags down here, so worth keeping your eyes on at this moment. Especially since banks are gaining back a lot of their strength now that the main news that caused them to get weak has passed. Hood, interesting. I haven't looked at this guy in a while. Wow, with the depths of hell on Hood. All right, so let's see, Hood. So last time we ever looked at him, what do we have here? This is horizontal on the low. Trigger out on the high. I still like the original trigger. Let's see. Yeah, I like the same original trigger anyway. This is the ultimate low. Let's get that out the screen real quick. We look at him like we said the ultimate. Oops, that's not right. Where did this go? The ultimate low, right? Your potential lowest low, and then your higher floor, right? Those are key to see those happen, and he has got it right now. He's just now breaking it, right? Just now. So he's put in his low. At least he has like a low resolution uptrend out of it right now with a decent amount of volume down here. Like the bulk of his volume for his entire lifetime is down here. So that's the kind of thing that you see. There's like FSLR. This is probably good to relate to that guy, right? So let's look at something that comes out of the grave. FSLR, right? When you're in the fucking trenches, you want to see this kind of very, very low in the entire cross cycle system, very low to the ground amount of volume accumulation. It leaves like not much to the imagination what can happen if you get on top of it. So Hood has kind of got that same situation. It's really trenched out. Like I think Coin, you saw that with Coinbase also, right? Trenched out, create that nice range like that until you guys pay attention. Hey, I didn't look at this guy in a while. Decent squiggle. So yeah, he did what he's supposed to. Came out and he needs a flag on top of this and then possibly go crazy, right? Also bullish sign for crypto. So when you get like a huge crash cycle, right, you want to see this low accumulation happen. This was on some retardo volume, so it's kind of obvious. What was I just doing? Hood. So Hood's also kind of the same deal, right? So they're not going out of business. They're a cash cow for Citadel, for Ken Griffin, but we have to see if they actually fucking survive as a business. So I think you look at this guy, this level up here is it, right? He's got a ton of volume down here, but this is kind of effectively like your main range of accumulation. It's a little lower maybe. Wake. There's a ton of shit right here. So treat this right here. This is like a low resolution FSLR. This is the real range down here. So him on top of this, as long as he stays out of that, and can head up to this trigger. This is like a low res version of the same thing. And then you can get on top of this, we get like the bigger exit potential. All right, yeah, I think that's a good looking chart for Hood. All right, I'm gonna do two more. Euro, I think I You guys should have this guy updated pretty good. So this is Euro energy, guys. So like that same pattern we talk about, good box range, whole ton of volume on the bottom, right? That was back here in Euro, and Euro is sitting on top of that range. See, this is where the trigger came from back up when we first did this chart. He's sitting on top of this, just hasn't been able to roll off it the way FSLR did, right? So we look at FSLR again, look at that pattern. Right, and you can see that FSR sat on top of that range for a minute, but as long as he can hold on top of that system, he builds another range, he gives you something to push off of. So Euro's kind of got the same deal on a really big scale of time. That if he comes and rotates off of this, like we're looking for, she's now starting to do, rotate this angle, it's kind of sitting here. So this is one of the projections we had, and we think basic materials should be on your radar. So let's make that guy, no, God. Yeah, it's good enough. All right, so you've got a flag right here. He's attempting to rotate that, and you want to check like CCJ. It's the guy that trades with him. And CCJ is one we gave you guys to pay attention to. Good squiggle on him also. What is going on with these drawings? Okay. So CCJ, right? We give it a trigger up there. Man, you guys are killing me. Hello. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, CCJ, so in that range of the bull flag, right? Consider this about the 2011-ish area, right? He gets out here, can get some, he's well through that now. So we're looking for a flag up here and ability to come through this trigger, which is this crazy gap. So I think both CCJ and Euro look like they should be on your radar with what we're seeing right there. All right. Dow, so we asked for Dow Chemical. I'll pull that one up. Let's see what's he doing. Kind of congested. Doesn't look like much is going on. I think in the specialty chem space, like we talked about this guy a couple of times, Sherwin-Williams. That he looked pretty good. He was rotating a flag that was pretty interesting, right? So Sherwin-Williams looks good in specialty chems. I don't think like DuPont and those guys really. Well, DuPont's actually rotating off of a range we drew for him, but Dow Chemical himself pretty much looks like dead money out of the three right there, right? And they got Eco Labs in that space. Anything but Dow, basically. So the one you picked is the only thing that's not moving, specialty chems. So yeah, I think he's not best of breed. Caterpillar looks ridiculous. Nick, we told you. So Cat literally going to the fucking moon, right? We have an OG cheat sheet for that guy. What's up, Iverson? Oh, right. You threw up your breakfast. That's what's going on. Let's see. I have one more chart for that guy. Sorry. I should stop doing that. Oh, my God. This was the OG Caterpillar chart. If you guys pay attention to this guy from, when I post this guy, 2019. Pretty money. So he's out target 2, congested on that projected target back from 2019. And this flag right here is that flag right there. So that's what he's doing. So he's actually sitting on top of one of my projections from back in, about 4 years ago. And on top of this system right now, if you can get gas, right, there's definitely strength, broad strength in the marketplace. This guy should stay on your radar. Let's see what Deere looks like with him also. Deere looks pretty good with him also, right? We had triggers on that guy too. So watching them both off the top on triggers to get clear of these systems again, like I said, the market looks pretty fucking bullish. So these guys above system will look interesting if they go get there. I think that's about it. I'll let you guys go. I did XRP in the beginning. So, what's up, girl? I think you guys should be all set. How much time did you get me with all those damn symbols? Let's see. Hour 24, not too shabby. Hearing aid ticker. Well, you know, you're hanging for the alpha. There's risks involved, sir. There's risks involved. Iverson, let him know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying the art adventure, the market adventure, and you're making some money along the way. Till next time, bitches. Catch you on the flip. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, Welcome